Good morning students. So from today we are starting our next unit, that is equilibrium. So what is mean equilibrium? So equilibrium is nothing but constant condition of body. If initially body is in rest condition and after applying any external force body is again in rest condition, then we can call it as body satisfies equilibrium. Also, if body is having constant speed, we apply any external force rather than body is in constant speed as initially, then we can call it as body satisfy equilibrium condition. To check whether body is in equilibrium or not, we can apply one condition that resultant for that particular body. If resultant of that particular body comes out as 0, then we can call it as body satisfied equilibrium condition, that net effect of all forces on body is equal to 0. In that, if summation of all forces acting on body comes out as 0, then body will not show any linear motion. If summation of moment of all forces acting on body comes out as 0, then body will not show any rotation, body will totally in equilibrium. Now, there are some conditions of equilibrium to check whether body satisfy linear equilibrium or whether body satisfy moment equilibrium. So, next point is conditions of equilibrium. So, first condition of equilibrium is summation of f of x is equal to 0. Or we can call it as resultant of all forces acting in x direction is equal to 0. Okay? Addition of all forces acting in x direction is equal to 0. So this is the first condition of equilibrium. Second condition of equilibrium is for resultant of forces acting in y direction. We can write it as addition of all forces acting in y direction equal to 0. Third condition of equilibrium is resultant of moment. We can write it as addition of all forces moment acting on body is equal to 0. So what is mean summation f of x? So this condition is nothing but all forces acting in horizontal direction. If addition of all forces acting in horizontal direction comes out as 0, then we can call it as body satisfy equilibrium for horizontal direction. If body satisfy this condition, body will not show any horizontal linear motion. Second condition is summation f of y is equal to 0. It means addition of all forces acting in vertical direction is equal to 0. If body satisfy this condition, body will not show any vertical motion as effect of external forces. If summation of moment is 0, it means body will not show any rotation, body will show linear motion. Okay. Suppose we are having one body and some forces are acting on that body. If summation of f of x is come out as 0 and remaining two conditions are not 0, then what happen? Body will show only vertical motion and rotation but not horizontal motion. If second condition comes out as 0 and first and third is not equal to 0, then body will show only horizontal motion and rotation but not a vertical motion, because addition of all vertical forces is 0, that is a net effect of vertical forces is 0. If third condition is comes out as 0, it means body will not show any rotation, body will show only and only vertical and horizontal motion. And if all three conditions satisfied by body, it means body is totally in equilibrium. It will not show any linear motion in vertical as well as horizontal direction, as well as it will not show any rotation. So that is what equilibrium. Okay, so our next topic is types of beam. So normally there are some types of beam. Beams are classified according to its support conditions. In engineering there are three types of support: fixed support, hinge support or pin support, and roller support. Now according to condition of its supports, beams are classified as: first type is simply supported beam. So simply supported beam is having hinge support at one end and roller support at other end. So this is what support A, support B. If we draw free body diagram for this beam, we can draw as for support A and B, as it is having the hinge support, and hinge support show two restricted reaction, that is in X direction and in Y direction. Roller support show only one restricted reaction, that is in vertical direction, so that is By. So that is what free body diagram for simply supported beam. Next type of support is fixed beam. What is mean fixed beam? Beam is having two support which are fixed, then such a beam is called as fixed support. If we draw free body diagram for this support, we can draw as fixed support show three restricted actions for rotation and for two linear motions. So number of reactions generated will be 3, that is Ax, Ay, and moment in rotation, that is moment at point A. This support also we can draw as Bx, By, and rotation at support B. So this is what free body diagram for fixed support. Now third type of support is cantilever beam. So cantilever beam is having fixed support at one end and its other end is overhanging. Free body diagram for this support, as fixed support is having all three reactions restricted. So restricted reaction we can show as Ax, Ay, and moment at point A. So this is the support where this portion is hanging, no need to show any reaction. Our fourth support is prop cantilever beam. Okay, so prop cantilever beam is same as a cantilever beam, only difference is that its overhanging portion is supported by using some props. So this is what prop cantilever beam. Free body diagram for this beam can be drawn as: this is Ax, Ay, and moment in a direction, and this is a reaction for prop support. So that is what prop cantilever beam. Okay, so our next topic is types of support. Normally there are three types of support. First type of support is fixed support. Second type of support is hinge or pin support. Third type of support is roller support. We use some standard signs to show whether it is fixed support, hinge support, or roller support. For fixed support, we use this type of sign. For hinge or pin support, we use this type of sign. To show roller support, we use this type of sign. Okay. Now next term is constraint reaction. So what is mean constraint reaction? Meaning of constraint is nothing but reaction. Newton tell that in universe every action there is a generation of reaction. So our beams normally show motion in three directions, that is in horizontal direction, in vertical direction or rotation. If any action is constrained, then there is a generation of reaction. So for fixed support, linear motion is restricted as well as its rotational motion is restricted. So linearly is horizontally restricted as well as vertically restricted, and its rotation is also restricted. So number of reactions generated will be 3. So how we can show? Let's see, here are one fixed supports. Its horizontal motion is restricted, so generation of horizontal action or horizontal reaction is AX. This beam is also vertically restricted, so there will be generation of reaction AY. This beam also show restriction against rotation, so there will be generation of motion or rotation, and we can write it as moment about A. So all three motions are restricted, so for restricted action there will be generation of reaction, that what AX, AY and MA. So number of reactions that always shown on fixed support will be 3. Now next support is hinge support. Hinge support show restriction against only and only for linear motion. It will not show restriction for rotation. So as an action for restriction, there will be a generation of two reaction, one in x direction and other in vertical direction. Hinge support shows some rotation, so there is a no restriction for rotational motion, and so there is a no generation of reaction for rotation. Our next support is roller support. Roller support show its motion only in horizontal direction. There is a no restriction for horizontal motion. It show rotation as well as motion in horizontal direction, but it will not show motion in vertical direction as well as its rotation. So the number of reaction generated for roller support is 1, and that is in only and only in vertical direction, that is CY. So restriction is only vertical direction. It show linear motion in horizontal direction and rotation. Restriction is only in vertical direction. So number of reaction generated is 1. So you have to remember all three, that is fixed support, hinge support, roller support, and number of reaction generated for that particular support. For fixed support, 3 number of reactions are generated. For hinge or pin support, 2 number of reaction will be generated, and for roller support only 1, that is vertical reaction will be generated.